Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about the economy as a whole. Also, can a recovery patient get reinfected again? So before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming token stacking. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv. And of course, you can join my Patreon group. And in my Patreon video, I post where to buy face masks because right now people have difficulty buying surgical masks and how you can choose a face mask as well. And of course, I talk about the patient zero there's a patient zero in Wuhan coronavirus. And right now we are in uncertainty times. People have difficulty buying gold and silver, so you can check it out. And there's some platform you can still buy gold and silver. Of course, right now it's very important that you maintain a good immune system. So there's some essential vitamins for preventing coronavirus as well. So if you're interested, you can join my Patreon group. And let's talk about the economy. So right now, the EOS jobless claim is up to a staggering 16.8 million. So, and by the end of April, probably up to 20 million of people will be filing for the unemployment benefit. And the problem is, if you have like almost 16.8 million or 17 million people out of work, that means that millions of them cannot pay their mortgage. So that probably may create a historical mortgage meltdown in the future. So right now, although the Congress passed the CARE Act, right, 2.2 trillion, and this will help out the mortgage homeowner. But that is the legislation is there's a lot of gray area, and this is basically you're at the mercy of your banks, and of course the stimulus package offer a mortgage to those with government-backed mortgage. That means FHA loan, veterans loan, or loan backed by agriculture department under the CARE Act. Then you can qualify for help, which is the mass majority of the mortgage on the market. But there's a lot of loan, basically maybe private loan or maybe a conventional loan. Then you may not qualify. And basically, you have to negotiate with the bank, right? So you have 3 months for homeowner. You have 180 days. 6 months actually. 6 months. You have 6 months for parents, and then you have another 6 months. Another 6 months for another. You can extend another 180 days, which is another 6 months for delay the payment. So delay the payment doesn't mean that you don't pay. You still have to pay at the end of the day. But the thing is, like right now, people are out of jobs. So how soon they can find another jobs, and how soon they can come up with the money, and can they make up with that kind of money? That's another thing. So there's a lot of gray area with the private lending as well as the conventional loan and other some type jumbo loan or whatnot. So those you have to negotiate with the banks. Basically, the banks can be it's basically it's up to them. It's at the mercy of them. You have to negotiate with them. So, for example, a lender such as Wells Fargo, they talk about they are granting the government. They are only granting the government-backed loan for 90 days for parents, and no payments are due during that time. Then they would demand the entire balance in full after 3 months of forbearance are over, and of course past the current month as well. So you so you delay 3 months, right? Then after 3 months, you have to come up with the whole money, the full amount of 3 months past the current month, which is 4 months. So right now, this is this I think there's a lot of gray area the bank that can play, and unfortunately, if the homeowner cannot pay, it will go to foreclosure, right? They will can foreclose the house. And right now, the unemployment, the 70 million, is even surpassed the Great Depression back in the 1930s. So right now, all this forbearance just delay the payment. Doesn't mean you don't have to pay. So basically, this is just delay the process of the foreclosure. Let me know what you think about this. And I think the stimulus package, there's a lot of gray area in terms of the care acts for the homeowner, and also the stimulus package is mostly for big business. They they basically directly give money to the bank and to the airline, the different industry. But average Joe, you don't even get the money at this time. A lot of people filed for unemployment probably 3 weeks ago, still did not get the money. So I don't know. I think this is unprecedented, and all this measures is just delay of the collapse. That's my thinking. Let me know what you think about all this. So I would love to hear from you. So the next stop we're going to talk about if a person get infected with coronavirus and then they recover from it, do you think they will get it? Do you think they will be reinfected the second time? I think I talked about this at least 2 months ago, basically, and of course, right now there are more study coming out, but at the time it's more just a single or a few people, a few person individual cases. And of course, you can get reinfected again because of the low antibody level. They have a study coming out from Shanghai in China. So researchers in Shanghai, they want to determine whether some recovery coronavirus patient have a higher risk of reinfection after they finding surprisingly low level of COVID-19 antibodies in a number of people discharged from the hospital. So that means the antibody that they created is too low. So that means if they exposed to coronavirus again, they potentially they can get reinfected again because their antibodies level are so low that not enough to mount an immune response in the body. So this is a blood samples from 175 patients discharged from the hospital, and they find that one third of the patients have unexpectedly low level antibodies. And the low-level antibodies mostly found in the 15 to 39 age group. So, but the older population, 60 to 85, they have 3 times more the amount of antibody. So that means 15 to 39 age group, they can be potentially the reservoir as a hidden spreader in the community. They are the carriers, so they can spread the virus once again. And right now the study is not peer reviewed yet, so it's still very preliminary. They're talking about those titer, the antibody titer. They're talking about a third of the patient has less than 500, which is too low to provide protection. Basically, it's too low to mount an immune response if they got exposed to coronavirus again the next time. That means they have to get reinfected again, and then they will have to mount another immune response and then create another antibody during the whole jazz again. That means they will get reinfected again. That's the whole key. So basically, 30% of the patients fail to develop high titers of the COVID-19 antibodies. So this is very alarming because this can come back during the winter months coming back again. I'm not surprised. This will be a continuous, and this will be lingering until this winter. And of course, people are talking about the vaccine, right? The herd immunity, and all that jazz. And the herd immunity proposed by Boris Johnson is not working, obviously, and he also admitted to the ICU, right? Of course, obviously, he had difficulty breathing. Otherwise, he would not affect admitted to the ICU. So, because of the low level of antibodies, herd immunity may not work. Because if you have such a low antibodies, that means those people is going to reinfect it again. So the herd immunity, of course, is not working. So vaccination, there's 2 ways of herd immunity. One is vaccination. The other one is very cruel. That is proposed by the UK initially. Let those people get infected, right? without anything, right? Just let the body to take care of it. But obviously, it is not working. And I don't think it makes sense because after you mount an immune response, you're supposed to remember this bacteria or this virus, but then this is pretty short-lived. And I think based on earlier some of the cases, a lot of people, the antibodies are pretty short-lived as well. And right now they have low-level antibodies as well. So that means the vaccine may not work. So the vaccine is to stimulate the immune system, your body to create to mount a immune response, and then you have a memory, that you won't get infected again. But obviously, with such a low antibodies, the vaccine may not work. So people are so high hopes with the vaccine. I would be more cautious about this because the vaccine is not fully tested, and then they're doing a fast track. So I think they should spend more time on the animal study before they test it on human. Unfortunately, it's already tested on human last month, right? Because of the epidemics or the pandemics. So we'll see how it goes, but I don't think it's a good idea that if the vaccine is not fully tested and then plus the antibodies is pretty low, I don't think it's going to work. But we'll see. There's a lot of sacrifice, unfortunately, for the humankind, because if you stop this early on, you won't be spreading like worldwide. So just like in Taiwan, they did a very good job in terms of fighting coronavirus. They take it seriously on day one. I think back in December, they already start quarantine people, aggressive contact tracing, and as well as shut down the border very early on. So right now, I think in Taiwan is only have 200 some cases, and yet they're so close to China. They're basically just very, very close to China, and yet they only have 200 cases. And because the Taiwan government do not trust the numbers or do not trust the numbers coming out from mainland China. Unfortunately, the Western world, they learn the hard way. They trust the number. Those numbers, come on. If they tell you 3,000 deaths back then, that means they have at least 30,000 deaths. And plus, look at what they do. They bought millions of body bags. I think they bought millions of body bags from Taiwan, and also China. They manufacture their body bags as well. It's like millions as well. So probably they have millions of people already dead in China, unfortunately. But of course the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, they have huge censorship. So a lot of information did not come out from China, unfortunately. I mean, so the next stop we're going to talk about Zoom. Zoom basically banned by Taiwan, of course, obviously, because Zoom is telling people that I think they find out some of the traffic diverted to Beijing, China, mistakenly. Seriously, I don't believe that. I mean, how can when you do the conferencing, the video conferencing or whatever, how can that traffic diverted to Beijing? That means they send all this information to China, the CCP. The CCP may have your information. So Tesla already banned Zoom. So if a lot of high-tech company already banned Zoom. But obviously some stupid company, some hospital, some whatever small business or other business still using Zoom. Are they crazy? Anything if you divert the traffic to China, that means your business information already passed on to the Chinese government, especially if you're in high-tech world or if you're in, so it doesn't make sense. So Taiwan, as I said earlier, Taiwan do not trust the CCP, so they don't trust that number. So they did a really good job in fighting the coronavirus because they are very cautious. So that's why they did a good job. Anybody trust the CCP, screw, basically. That's all I can say. Don't trust the CCP. The Western media still talking about the numbers surpass China. The cases in the US surpass China. Come on, they lie on day one. Why you use their number as a reference? Just forget about their freaking number. Seriously, I mean, I'm not surprised that the number in China is grossly estimated, and also they probably more than US. But well, they just cover the truth. That is the nature of CCP. I mean, they have to go. I mean, seriously. I mean, right now we are in the 20th century. How come you have such a totalitarian and a barbaric regime still exists in this world, and they are they are very ruthless regime basically. So so right now China already opened up, right? They stopped the lockdown. So with the no more lockdown, a lot of people going back to their work. Oh, okay, this is the outside the high speed railway station. A person obviously fell on the ground. Nobody want to come closer because obviously that person may contract with coronavirus, highly contagious. So people don't even, I don't know. So this is just outside high speed railway station in Wuhan. So with the open up, no more lockdown, because there will be potentially a second wave of infections coming up. I'm not surprised. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You never know, you know. So let me know what you think about all this, the coronavirus affect the global economy. And of course, do you think there's a mortgage meltdown coming up as well? Please comment below. I would love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, also share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out the upcoming token swap. Also, you can follow me on library.tv, Twitter, and Patreon. You can join my Patreon group, so I will post more sensitive video on Patreon, because right now if I post something too sensitive in Patreon, I may get in trouble. Not Patreon, in YouTube, I may get banned from the channel as well. So please comment below. I would love to hear from you. That will help my ranking in YouTube, and I will continue to provide quality video for you guys. If you haven't hit the notification bell, smash the notification bell so you don't miss out the video that may be potentially time sensitive as well. Remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency and commodity can have inherent risks. Please use your due diligence. I'm not a healthcare provider. Please use your due diligence. And also, if you have any question or concern about coronavirus, please contact your doctor.